Hello again, everyone. It's Henrik Engman, Swedish Viking in Arizona, and we are continue working on the motorcycle tank, and I'm going to show you some shaping of the edges on the top part. I will switch you, and here is the top part. As you see, we have beadrolled the eagle, and that is one of the problems now, because I can't do this area in the English wheel. This piece would be fairly simple to roll out in the English wheel if I could do all of it. Now I can't do here, so I have to be very careful when I bend down the edges, and I have to shrink the edges, and without getting like a ridge here, and also that the eagle flattens out and like shrinks down. So yeah, it's a bit tricky when you're making a compound curve together with beadrolling. But as you see, it's getting closer. The front end here, as you see, sticks up pretty much. The corners here stick up, and this area is not rounded enough. It also needs a little bit more curve on this way. So what I'm going to show you right now is we're going to shrink the edges a little bit carefully all the way here, and also shrink pretty hard on this part so we get it down, and then after that you have to get it back with hammer, dolly, hammer and a piece of wood and the English wheel. So yeah, let's do some shrinking and see where we get. See, there you can see I think what I'm doing. So I'm taking a piece now. I'm going to shrink the front edge, and I'm going to shrink carefully along the edges. So when you do this, be quite careful, because if you do this too hard, you will get those, as I showed you, a little bit of a ridge. Close to this edge, and yeah, it's tricky to do it together with the eagle. But I did it on the other time, so I mean it's definitely possible. So it just takes some time, and a lot of times back and forth between the machines and the eagle. See where you are. You see, it's hard to see, but I'm not doing very hard. I maybe go in like 5 millimeters, quarter of an inch into the sides here of to get more shape down. I did the back end, and now I'm going to do, as I said, this front end. I'm going to shrink pretty hard here, so it will be like distorted when I'm done, but that will flatten out in the English wheel afterwards. You see, I have shrunk pretty much, and now I almost have like a little bit of an angle here. that we'll have to round out a little bit in the English wheel. So yeah, let's do that. Another trick, sometimes you get just like a little kink in the metal like this, and it's hard to do in the English wheel or whatever. Take just a piece of wood, round it a little bit on the top, put it under, and gently tap it with a hammer to do those little things. So just a piece of wood and a hammer is really helpful sometimes. But yeah, let's do the, yeah, I don't know if you really see, yeah, you can see here, it is like a hard bend almost, and that one we have to roll out in the English wheel. So right now I have a bottom ruler with a really much radius on. I am putting this one in, and I am having very low pressure to just smooth out that little ridge or bend I got there from the shrinking. Also, when you do the shrinking on the edges, you get small kinks from that. Take low pressure in your English wheel and smooth them out. So then the English wheel works more like, almost like hammer and dolly, like you flatten the pieces more than you stretching them. And you have very low pressure. Let's see how it fits on the again. Put it on. The back end really fits really good. As you see, I almost have too much shape now in the middle, so I have a gap in the middle. Front is down. The edges here, the corners, are really down. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to bend it a little bit. If I take it like this now, fingers under the corners, and bend the corners out, then you see the front end goes down. Can push it down a little bit in the middle. And as you see, suddenly front end is almost down. We still have a gap in the middle. So that means we have too much curve. And I'm just going to bend it a little bit over the back here. So push it down. And we're almost there, as you see. Now the front end went up a little bit. So I have to do this process a couple of more times. But yeah, that's how you do it. So I will see you again when I have worked a little bit more on this one. See you later. Bye.